Okay, we talk a lot about alternate nostril breathing and how the physiology of the olfactory nerves are stimulated, which therefore stimulates the opposite brain hemispheres. So there's physical things happening when the alternate nostril breathing is occurring. Now, usually we do alternate nostril breathing manually with our hand, manually, right? It can also be done mentally. Part of the results of meditation is that you become more sensitive, more sensitized to subtle energy, and aware of your body, and aware of how to manipulate energy and how to manipulate your physical body, right? We become sensitive to how our bodies work. So balancing of the brain hemispheres can be done mentally as well. Alternate nostril breathing can be done mentally. Intending for prana to travel through one nostril than the other. Intending for the physiology of the sinuses to open or close or balance. So I'm going to give you a little technique, a little trick that the yogis teach us, and I want you to experiment with it on your own. It's a technique for balancing the left and right airflow. Now, some of us who have nasal challenges, deviated septums, and different physiology in the nose, it might be more challenging than others. But this is a trick that the wise yogis of the past give us, and I want you to test it out in your own laboratory of life, okay? So let's find our comfortable meditative pose. We will practice this new technique with breathing, and then we'll move into one of my favorite meditations that we've done before together, the still lake of mind. And we'll also work with the mantra from yesterday, Sat Chit Ananda. Okay, let's find our seat. So here's the technique. You take the hands, cross the arms, and place the hands under the armpits. So the thumbs of opposite hands are resting in the center of the chest muscle of either side of the chest. And then you relax through the shoulders and kind of clasp the fingers between the arm and the chest in the armpits. Make sure your thumbs are pressing on the chest muscle, just very gently, almost no pressure at all. Sit tall, relax through the shoulders, and close the eyes. Okay, so with the hands and arms in this cross position, this is new for most of us, so just get comfortable with it and start to breathe deeply. In order to relax the body, we'll do a body scan, relaxing the feet and legs and knees, relax the upper thighs, the hips and the muscles in the pelvic area, relax them. Let the belly be soft now. The only muscles that are active are the ones that are holding up the spine. Make sure your face is relaxed. Make sure your forehead is calm. From crown of the head down to the tips of the toes, everything is relaxed except for the spine. And once again, make sure your shoulders are untensed and unclenched. And now engage gentle ujjayi and start to breathe. We're going to shape the breath at first. So let's shape the breath into slow, deep, complete inhales and exhales. We're breathing through the nose now, so lips are just gently sealed. Take in slow, complete breaths through the nose and trace the pathway of the air as it moves through the nose, as the air moves down the trachea, down the windpipe into the lungs, filling the lungs, and then trace the path as the air exits the body. Utilizing your full lung capacity. At the same time, becoming sensitive to energy, sensitive to prana, sensitive to your relationship to prana. The thumbs are resting just gently on the chest muscles. Now I want you to let the breath become involuntary now. So no longer shape the breath. Let it return to its natural flow in and out, which will be shallower, more shallow than the full breaths. Become aware of the two separate streams of air entering the nostrils. Be aware of the left nostril and its airflow. Be aware of the right nostril and its airflow. One side will be stronger than the other, and one side will be slightly weaker, usually. Now focus your attention on the weaker of the two sides. And the thumb that corresponds to the chest on the weaker side, begin to exert pressure through that thumb into the chest muscle. So if the right nostril has a weaker airflow, you're pressing into the right chest. About 1 or 2 pounds of pressure through the thumb, nothing too aggressive, just enough to create some energetic flow from the thumb through the chest muscle, and the body is aware of it. And of course, if the left nostril is weaker, you're pressing the right thumb into the left chest. And have the intention to balance the two streams of air. So both streams in each nostril are even. Or rather, so they become even eventually. Have the intention to even out both sides of the nose, both intensities of pranic intake through the nose. Now, this is a practice that you're able to do over time. The results may not be achieved the first time. It's about your focused intention and your direction of prana, your direction of energy. Please release the hands to your knees, or hands can be folded in your lap, your choice of meditative poses. Reestablishing your tall spine, crown of the head over the base of the spine, eyes remain closed. Now, when we work with alternate nostril breathing or just focusing on the airflow in through the nose, the prana will gather in the midbrain. The prana that we breathe in on the air coalesces and grows in the middle of the head. So become aware of that point and view the mind as the surface of a still lake. And each time the brain has a thought, there's a ripple on the water. And Then the thought will dissipate, the thought will pass as they always do, and the ripple on the lake returns to glass. Witness the glass-like surface of your mind. This is the stillness that we achieve through meditation. This is the peace and presence that we achieve through breathing calmly and calming the mind and emotions. Far above the lake of the mind, the full moon is shining down. The full moon's perfect reflection is in the still lake of the mind. When there's a thought, there's a ripple in the water, and the reflection of the moon becomes distorted. Undistort this reflection. Be the clear, sharp, perfect reflection of the moon. Allow the moonlight to shine through the surface, down to the depths of the lake, which represents our lower self, and the moon is our higher self. Now become aware of the pulsation of the mantra coming from the still lake of mind. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Truth, consciousness, bliss. Allow the mantra to enter you. All layers, all subdivisions, all dimensions of ourself. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Please return to your breath now and begin to deepen the breath once again. Together, let's take a deep inhale and fill the lungs all the way up. Hold the breath. Palms to the chest. Remember truth, remember consciousness, and always remember a state of unconditional bliss that comes from our higher self. The reflection of the moon down through the personality, down out into the world. Sat Chit Ananda. Namaste. I love you all. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for sharing community. Keep up your meditation practice. See you tomorrow.